Thank you guys for clicking on the video. I was in the middle of simming past the Islanders game that we lost, and I had an issue. Just too many active people. I had to send a player down. It was just a center that wasn't dressed. Send him to the minors, and I wanted to show you guys just Scott. I don't know if his name is Lofton or Lafton. You guys may need to help me with the pronunciation of that name, but initially, I didn't have Scott playing second line minutes now that Sean's injured. He comes back in 11 days, and to replace him, the AI put Scott there. And I must say, it's a great pick because of the face-offs. Actually, at where's Scott? At 21, he's only 1 point below Le Cavalier in face-offs. So great decision by the AI. I like that. And plus, he can get minutes when Sean comes back. Scott's naturally going to drop, so it's good for him to get that experience right now, just to keep you guys updated with where we are. Right now, we're buying our time again. Same situation. I sort of gave you guys the rundown towards the end of the last episode. Classes are starting to create the distance. If you look, Stamkos in goals, I mean, that is insane. Mike Hoffman, actually, 26-year-old from the Ottawa Senators, is actually third in the NHL in goals, which is really interesting. I would love to see. Actually, let's check stats. Let's go player stats. Okay, so it's Stamkos, Skinner, Hoffman, Ovechkin, Tarasenko, Pavelski, and Crosby. Crosby, ironically, isn't having, it seems like, well, I guess he's third in the league for points. Stamkos, I think, is just going off this year. He's having one heck of a season. And let's check out. I actually don't know. Can we check the advanced stats of. Hold on. Let's click on Stamkos. Will they give us his advanced stats in game? Let's see. Game by game. Time on ice, even strength. No, they won't. I don't think they will. I think we have to go back to the stats. Okay. Well, nevertheless, he's having an insane year. I mean, just you just look at his goals, and it's just incredible. His game rating, which you guys can see. I hope you can see that pop up for you guys. If you can't, it's a numerical indicator on a scale of 1 to 100 that measures how effectively the player is performing in the role he is assigned. So, this game where he had 2 goals, he got 173. I mean, but Stamkos, again, having an unreal year. But anyways, and then here's our stats. And it pretty much, I mean, when it comes to goals and even points, it's pales in comparison to Stamkos. But if you look at the goals, we're doing pretty well with offense. PMs, we're not high in the league, but we have the first power play in the NHL, which is sort of interesting. So I wouldn't expect that. So today, again, another month we're going to try and get through. And in the schedule, we're nearing the end. I mean, we're the All-Star game. Does it say on the schedule? No, it doesn't. So, but either way, the goal, I would like to get to January, maybe middle of February, and hopefully we can wrap up the year after that. I don't know if we're going to be making very many trades. Here, we'll just sim to the next game. Don't have a game for a while now, and I wish I knew how to get to the screen. That screen's amazing. I love it. It gives everything caught up. Today we play Boston. I almost sounded like a Boston native, but you select your captains by right-clicking on the names. You need to have one captain and 2 alternatives. I guess what happened? Team League roster. Drew is the captain. Borchak will be assistant captain. And then should we give Wayne? I think we give yeah, I think we'll be good. Yeah, that was good. All right. So the game versus Boston, huge game, and I forgot, guys. I'm sorry. I need to go back and show you guys the games from around the NHL. We lost to Boston 4-1. Let me see how I can get that for you guys. Schedule. There we go. Go to the previous day. So we lost to Boston 4-1. Boston just poured it on the first and second period. Calgary lost to Florida. Interesting enough. And Ottawa knocked off the Anaheim Ducks. So we can finish today. No games for the next couple of days. Well, today and tomorrow. So buying that time, really important throughout this little stretch, because it buys us that time for Sean to come back healthy. So he'll come back mid-season, and he should be ready to jump right in to make that push. Big game versus New York. I almost said burst New York. We're going to simulate. And if this stays like this, I really like this screen to sim for this. And we win 5-3. Let's check it out. Where is the game? Philadelphia and New York is actually the class of the Metropolitan. Remember that. So 2-1 tied and 2-1 even. Let's see who did the damage for us. Voracek 2 goals. Kreider did damage, and then Gagne goal and assist. So nice overall. Pretty much matched them. Physical. Penalty minutes took a little bit more penalties, but let's see. I like what we were doing. Let me go to the scoring. Let's see. Voracek 2 goals in the first, and then he was pretty much done for the night. But then we had Voracek. Oh, those are penalties. Never mind. Sorry. It's still a little bit. Oh, I'm looking at it from an angle. Sam Gagne. And then the third, we had Reed and Umberger. So, not bad. Can't really complain, especially because that should help us, especially in the playoffs, try and create distance from the Capitals, but also sneak up on the Rangers. Brooks Like sent an exchange for Stoner. Interesting enough, I think Brooks Like needed to go from Washington. His contract is terrible for what he actually brings to the table, and it's good for the Caps. This one took a while, so the Washington general manager must have gone back to the drawing board 5 or 6 times the past few weeks. Wow. So I wonder what the deal is. I mean, the Caps are pretty good on defense with the updated roster, so let's see what Stoner's contract is. Is he up after this year? Contract. I know it says 3.5. No, so he still has a couple years left. That's interesting. That's an interesting trade. I'm not really sure what both sides were thinking, but whatever. Doesn't affect us. Still go about our way. And we have no... Oh, we won against Detroit. Never mind. I thought we had no game, but we did. We picked up, so back-to-back wins. We actually went up early. Detroit responded with 2 goals, and then we responded. So nice play by us. And Kulikov has 2 assists. And there you go. Oh, I think both. The right D. Is that Eric? I think Eric. Yep, Eric picked up a penalty. No, he actually picked up a goal. Sorry, I need to get that score. I need to see that. He picked up a goal from Dimitri, and it was even strength. So there you go. Eric coming over, trying to help the team. I think he came over in the trade. Yeah, he did. He came in the trade, already chipping in, so that's good for us. Good for us. So, 2-game winning streak. I like it. And let's actually, while we're at it, while we have a moment, Sean should be pretty close. Yeah, 2 days. And so we have no game. So tomorrow we play Toronto, and then we should be good to go. So today versus Toronto, we're going to finish today. Let's see how the game, and then after tomorrow, he should be back ready for action, and we win again against Toronto. We take you around the NHL, and you guys can see what happened. A goal in every period. Bang, 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 and we get it done. So there you go. And then tomorrow, we play at Pittsburgh on the road. But the good news is we should be ready. Yep. He's back, so we'll dress Sean. I sort of don't want to scratch Scott. I mean, the way he hasn't really been doing anything. You know, he's not doing amazing in the role he's given. Um, but he's serviceable. I don't know. I definitely want to get Sean back on the ice, but do I scratch Le Cavalier? That's the thing. I don't. I don't know. Let's check the roster for the farm team. See what their lines are like. Defensive stats. Really don't have much. I would like. You know what? Let me just. Let me go lines. Actually, let me go roster. I think what I'll do is I will send Scott down because Scott's really not doing too much on that second line. While he's great, he can still grow, and so why not just send him down? Unfortunately, and I think his contract should be two-way, so we shouldn't have a problem. Send him to cap hit. Yep, we can send him down, and then we can call Sean back up. Go to lines. Really should just be plugging back Sean back into the lineup. Yep, pretty much that. Interesting that Kulikov really doesn't get much power play time. That's interesting. I mean, he's second line, but neither Eric. That's interesting. But anyways, let's just go down real quick. We should probably dress Sean. Or Scott, sorry. Couldn't dress Scott. 20 players already dressed. One too many right wingers. Who doesn't need to be there? I know this isn't the most, gripping. Oh, shoot. The most gripping gameplay, but. Where's Scott? Okay. That should be good. Ask. Assistant. There we go. Throw Scott on first line time, first power play time, and 5-on-3 time. Okay, sorry guys. I know that took a while. Just wanted to get that done so we don't have to mess with it. And he needs to continue to grow anyway, so we got that done. Keep on trucking along. Again, the goal, middle of February. That's my aim for this episode. We win against Pittsburgh again on the road. Was that on the road? I think it was. Let's see. Pittsburgh. Yep, it was. So there you go. Good job for us. And then tomorrow we play New York. And I like this sim better because at least, like, if nothing else, you guys can see the games. You know, we don't get the stats like in NHL. You know how, like, you'll see a team, you'll see their top point getter and stuff like that. But at least, like, you can see what's happening around the NHL. And so you can keep a mental note of, like, who's hot, who's not. And our winning streak comes to an end. We lose to the Islanders 3-1. Let's find the game. Philadelphia, just balanced scoring. I mean, what can you do? So let's check the standings, get an updated view of what's going on around the NHL. Still keeping it figuratively distant to 2 games, though. I mean, honestly, 2 games. But again, we're 2 games within second and 3 within first in the Metropolitan. And we're pretty much on par with what's out west in the Pacific Central. It's in a class of its own. I mean, that is a tough division. So things are looking good. We're on pace. I like where we're at. We're doing well. No real need to mix it up. And check your PMs. The scouting's coming in. Just going around what's scouting the NHL. I think the only thing we may need to be aware of is the trade block and sort of see what could become available, what may be out there for us, because like I said, our defense definitely got better and we get a 1-0 win against Boston. Who got the shutout? Can we check? Belzado. White got the goal. Wow. Who's in net? Can we check? Can we check? Player summary. Grass. Mason. Only 4 shots allowed. Nice. But anyways, we should, just be aware of what's available, because while our defense definitely got improved in that trade, it's still the book's still out on it, and so we need to look at. I'd say our defense has definitely gotten better statistically. We win 6-2, like I said, and no games in the NHL, but man, some firepower coming through. And Eric, another goal coming in the trade. Kulikov, 2 assists. You gotta enjoy that. The defensive parts that we got are working for us. So who knows? That could be a trade that we make that actually benefits us. No games for a couple of days. Wow, all the way. So that must be the quote-unquote. Well, actually, I don't know for sure, so I won't say that. Let's check events. Trading deadline's March 1st. Need to be on the lookout for that. And again, that's coming up in February. So just being aware of what's out there. Simulate all the way to the next game. We can get a picture right here. 5th in the Eastern Conference. Stamkos continuing to do really well. That. Check my PMs. Bergeron, scouting. All right. Go to home. Just checking over stuff, the schedule, what's on tap, open offers, nothing. Trades. Just looking at some stuff right now, trying to see what, just trying to see what's out there. If there's any trades or anything, just again looking at what we can do, what we may be able, thinking about stuff. Again, trying to make our team better. Let's check the schedule. We'll have this simulate, and I think I hit next game, so hopefully it'll go. Well, I hit next game before, but then stopped on the simming. So after that, I'll just push go to next game. Come on. Oh. There it is, next game. Player of the month, David Perron and Tuukka Rask. Wow. Not too shabby. All right, versus Montreal. Board confidence update. Thinks this season is a great success so far. Team is in outstanding shape. In the last few weeks, the team plays good, but you need to ensure that the team remains successful. In the last month, your record dropped to 7-4. From a long-term perspective, Ed Schneider is very happy with your work. All right. Well, that's good. He's happy with my work. I mean, we're trying to build for the future, and I think those trades really were good. Good trades. We lose to Montreal 3-1. I will say, in regards to a comment about the trade engine, I just want to say, if I was looking at that trade, that I got for those 2 young guys, Al Montoya, and I gave up, I think, a 3rd or whatever, or it was like a pick, and we pick up a wing against Nashville. I don't care what. I would have never taken that trade. So I don't know what the engine, I don't know if there's a problem with it. I don't know if you can bump up the difficulty, but I would never have taken that trade. So Wayne Simmonds is injured day-to-day, 3 days. He should be all right versus New York. I don't think we need to scrap him. I don't think so. I think he'll be all right. Day-to-day, 2 days. We have 2 games. You think he can push through? I think he can. Wayne Simmonds is a great player, 2-way guy. I think he'll be fine. We win against New York again. So I remember that overtime game we had against New York where we lost in a shootout. And then we picked up 2 wins against them. Let's see the score. Braden Shen scores Giroux and Delzato on the assist. Giroux in the second. In the third, we just Eric again. And Dimitri gets an assist. So Eric and Dimitri have some type of chemistry. Check my PMs. More scouting. Great. Some type of chemistry that's working. It seems like when one scores, the other is right behind them, and we lose to Washington. But that's all right. I think we'll probably play the game against Anaheim, and then we'll call it a video. So far, things are looking really good, I think, for the team. We're going to finish today. Bunch of games on tap in the NHL. Pretty much a lot of teams are playing. So let's see. Simulating's taking some time. We win 4-1 against Anaheim. Let's see how it happened. It's goal scoring in every period, and we only give up 1 goal. So that's pretty solid. Steve Mason, second star. Sam Gagne. Let's see the scoring. Giroux again. Jacob Voracek. I mean, he's doing so good for us in assist. Mark Straight, especially, too. He's chipping in some assists. Schultz, even strength goals. I want to check real quickly while I'm thinking about this. We made that trade like last month in January, and I sort of want to just see, that has pretty much been our first line since the middle of January, I want to say. And it seems like overall our goals have dropped. The goals that we've given up. I can't like factually. I mean, I could put it together statistically, but it seems like we're giving up less goals. And overall across the board, you look, we have 4s, 5s. But in the middle of January, it's like 1s, 2s, 1s. You see a lot of 1s and 2s. And so I could do an average, if I really wanted to, but I'm not going to. But it's interesting. I mean, I think we're doing a lot better defensively bringing those 2 in than we did. And one thing I wanted to point out, guys, I don't know if you know this, but I really love this. This game has advanced stats. And if you don't know what advanced stats are in hockey, they're starting to use it more and more. Fenwick off, Fenwick on, Corsi relative, and it tells you what these stats are. I don't know if it's showing up. I don't think it is in the recording, but they're pop-ups, and they'll tell you if you don't know what they mean. It's really cool, and it just brings a whole new element to your team, and it's much more in-depth, and you can do it pretty much. Oh, shoot, so I can do that with Tampa, so let me check. Because Stamkos is having an unreal year. Where is he? Where is Stamkos? I should just go to stats, offense. He'll be first. Yeah, there he is. He's on pace for 100, but let's check his... Oh, dang it. Here he is. So pretty much when he's on the ice, according to the definition, the number of average shot attempts is 16 when he's on the ice. That's the highest for the team. So when he's on, they shoot, and when he's off, they average, I think, according to this, it's like 7.4. I'm not too familiar with how advanced stats work, but it's the number of shot attempts the team gets per 60 minutes when this player's off the ice. So it's more than double when he's on the ice. That's how much of what he brings to the table offensively. And so that will conclude where we're at right now. I will go to the standings so you can check it out. Again, creating a little bit more room between the Capitals and those 4 through 6. And we're starting to actually creep up there now with New York and Carolina, interestingly enough. And ironic that Carolina is having a year that they are. But, I mean, you look at how the game rates them, I guess it's only a matter of time. They have a bunch of talent, relatively young. I mean, outside of Cam Ward and Eric Stahl, they're relatively young in what they have. So, I will leave it here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like because it lets me know that you guys like the videos. And I will see you in the next episode where hopefully we get to the trade deadline and then I'll do a scouting video, talk about it, just talk out loud, give a state of the team union address and maybe you guys can give me some tips for trades and stuff like that. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. I am Sully. Take care, and I'll see you in the next episode.